Holy hell, that's right, everybody! Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers! Tiki here.
And PerGron.
And welcome to the very exciting second annual Golden Tiki Awards nomination ceremony. That's right.
Woo!
Now, PerGron, I won the
Yeah.
last debate, and
You did.
at the last debate, if you remember, I laid down my stakes. I was like, you know what? Whoever wins this debate gets to control the order of when we do the nominations, and also in any given category, I get to pick who goes first, who goes second.
That is correct.
PerGron, really quick, would you like to explain our process with the wild card stuff and everything?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But so we're both going to get a pick. We have one that's already been locked in for every category. Those were locked
We
in.
did that at the first half of the year specifically, so that stuff in the first half of the year won't get snubbed.
Right. A couple things did get changed.
Most of it ended up going to Dune anyways. So,
right.
It is what it is.
It didn't. Some of it got changed. We'll address those when they happen. But I think it was only 2 or 3. We tried to keep it mostly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then there will be a fourth one. We're both going to throw out, I assume, 2 wild cards.
Yes.
And you guys are going to be the ones who get to pick who gets that fourth and final nominee. So
wild card polls will be coming up 2 polls daily, and they will only be up for a single day. I will post them in the morning. I will delete them as soon as I post the other one. But unlike last year with the Golden Tikis, I'm actually going to keep track of how many votes each one got. So we'll actually have that information this year.
Perfect.
All right. So we got LEB in the comments. How you doing, LEB? This should be a fun time. All right, PerGron. So, I got to decide the order, and what I decided on was randomness. Just sheer chaotic randomness.
Absolute chaos.
We have Code Gias in the comments saying he loves the idea of the Golden Tikis. Thank you, Code Gias. I really like it mostly just as a way to get some fun audience engagement at the end of the year. I like that it's kind of my and PerGron's movie tastes filtered through the opinions of the fan base. I like that it's kind of like a little push and pull. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff here that y'all are going to be like, why isn't this up there? I mean, there's only 4 nominations per category because YouTube only lets us do 4 picture polls.
Everyone write with me. We're going to do a strongly worded letter to YouTube to let us have 5 with pictures.
I mean, that would be nice. So without further ado, PerGron, would you like to, I guess the McDonald's does have the golden arches, so it's kind of appropriate, right?
Right.
Would you like to dive into the mystery McDonald's bag?
Let's do it.
All right. We got Claude here. Claude's covers. He's saying, I'm guessing Wicked is one of the nominations. Wicked is locked in for one of the nominations. We'll get there when we get there.
By the way, anyone who hasn't already seen, I posted my shortlists yesterday on the Imagineering forum. So if you're curious on my end, what's up for consideration, those are there for you.
And I've been keeping my shortlist close to the vest. And you have 10 per category. I have 3, maybe 4 per category.
I have 20.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to start things off with... Oh, this is a very appropriate one to start things off with. We're doing Best Animated Feature.
Best Animated Feature. All right.
I feel like that was meant to be, right?
Yeah, this is a tough one.
All right, so let me... really quick, let me get to the banner there. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, so, PerGron, which animated feature have we already locked in for the year?
Yeah, so we added 4 categories. Yeah, 4 categories after we did that initial stream. So this was one of the 4 that we
this year was looking to be kind of a mid-year for animation, and then 3 or 4 animated films came out in a row. Oh shit, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we did add it in. So the one we have locked in is Flow, film from, I believe, Latvia. One of my favorite animated movies of the year, absolutely. So I was very happy to get it in there. I think this is going to be a contested one. I think this one is going to be one that you and I specifically, our picks are
Yeah.
Interesting to see what gets left out. I'm
Claude
very
already
interested.
is like Inside Out too. Claude, that's probably going to make the wild card picks. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's going to make the short list.
I think it. Yeah.
So I'll throw it to you, PerGron. You can go first on this
All
one.
right. I'm shocked it didn't get locked in, but then I remembered your opinion on it. It's The Wild Robot. It's my favorite animated movie of the year. It's gorgeous. It made me cry both times I watched it. So yeah, The Wild Robot is definitely one that I adore and I think deserves to be nominated.
And just like that, Inside Out 2, not one of the official nominees because
Mm.
I am going with Memoir of a Snail for my locked in nomination. Memoir of a Snail kind of floored me on an emotional level.
Mhm.
On a production level, it's one of the most gorgeous stop motion animated films I've ever seen. I have it nominated in several production categories, at least shortlisted.
Mhm.
It's just a very moving story. It's very unique. I think it tackles stuff like hoarding and a really, really unconventional hoarding trauma, like all kinds of different like mental health issues in a really unconventional moving way. And it's never depression porn, right? It's never
Mhm.
like the movie. It's got some very heavy moments to it, but it's always got levity to it. And I think that push and pull with the levity and the drama just makes it really memorable for me. So we're going to go ahead and lock in The Wild Robot, which you're right. The Wild Robot for me, I like it a lot. I don't love it. I need to rewatch it for sure. I would probably put Inside Out 2 over The Wild Robot personally.
Mhm.
So with that in mind, PerGron, I'll with the wild cards, I think we'll just go ahead and you can do both at the same time. So which
Okay.
wild picks would you like?
Ooh, that's tough because there's one that I was gonna nominate only if you didn't. um, I'm gonna go. This is a movie I've been championing a lot. Not a lot of people have seen it, and I want to put it in there because, at minimum, I want people to watch it. Mars Express. It's
Okay,
a
okay.
French animated
I'm glad
film.
you nominated that because I was a little on the fence about. I like it a
Mhm.
lot. It didn't blow me away. I thought it was a little slow paced, but I respect the hell out of it. So I'm glad it's
Mhm.
up there for you.
Yeah, so Mars Express is one of them, and then I guess if I have to do the other one, I'm gonna put I'm putting Inside Out up in the air because I'm not gonna nominate it.
Ooh.
Uh, I am going to go with a movie that really, really shocked me by how much I enjoyed it, and that's going to be Piece by Piece, the Pharrell Williams Lego movie.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and do the very, very traditional franchise movies and do Inside Out 2 and Transformers 1
Okay,
as my locks. Or not my locks, but my wild card
your
pick.
wild cards.
Okay,
All
so
right.
let's I'm just going to note that down. So best
Yeah,
animated
I've
feature
got it
we
on
got.
my running doc.
Oh, are you keeping track of
Yeah,
everything?
I'm keeping track of everything. That's why if I look away from the screen, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I appreciate that. So I don't
Okay.
have to worry about taking notes.
Nah, I got it.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, are you ready to see the next category?
Yeah, so just real quick so that everyone knows, your picks for animated feature for the wild card, you guys are going to get to pick between these four:
Mhm.
Inside Out 2, Mars Express, Piece by Piece, and Transformers 1. So you
It's gonna
guys are
be a
going to,
fucking runaway success for Mars
yeah.
Express. Mars Express is
Yeah,
gonna get
Mars
all
Express is gonna
the
take it. It's gonna absolutely.
votes.
Yeah, it has no chance, but I do recommend watch Mars Express. It's fucking
For
great. I
sure.
thought it was awesome. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right, next up, kind of a standard one. One that we share with the Oscars, best visual effects.
Visual
And
effects.
I've got to
Okay.
be honest with you, as time goes on, I'm finding this a harder and harder category to really think of like worthy nominations for because even
Mhm.
stuff like Wicked that did a really good job in other categories, like obviously
Right.
production design, makeup, everything. I don't necessarily think their visual effects are all that great.
Yeah.
So PerGron, let's see. Let me look at my short list here. Okay, PerGron, I'm gonna go first just because I'm gonna
Please.
make it a little bit harder for you because I'm assuming this is on your short list.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw out Nosferatu
Okay.
because I think Nosferatu, it doesn't have like a ton of visual effect shots,
Mhm.
but the stuff that they do, specifically with Orlok, specifically with like manipulating his size and his presence, the shadow work, I think it's enough to really elevate that film, to really be like, okay, those are genuinely like some special effects that I genuinely don't know how the hell they even did it. So I'm going to walk in Nosferatu for visual.
All right. I'm going to go with one that I think a lot of people forgot about, but it deserves it. I'm going Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
I think the Apes franchise just consistently has had some of the best visual effects. I really like the movie. I haven't reorganized my list yet to figure out what's actually going to be in the top 10 or top 20. But right now, Apes is pretty low in the top 20, but it's definitely in there. So nice. I think it deserves the award, or deserves the nomination. And let's get to those wild cards.
Okay, so wild cards for me, I'm going to choose two very unconventional, smaller scale films.
Okay.
Stop motion has been nominated in visual effects before at the Oscars, so I see no reason to not do this for Memoirs of a Snail. I'm going to go and slot that in.
Had it on the short list too.
Okay. And then also, this is our guaranteed nomination in production design, but I think just from a visual standpoint, no movie looks like this. And there are some genuine shots where it's like, wow, I'm very impressed. Hundreds of Beavers, baby. Get it on there.
All right. I'm happy you said that, because I was definitely on my... all right. Visual effects wise, I am going to go with a couple weirdos, I think.
Ooh, I like weirdos. I mean, we have one category specifically.
We do.
Weirdos.
So one of them is the grossest movie of the year. Just absolutely disgusting. The entire thing. I couldn't eat during it, but I think the visual effects were gorgeous. The Substance.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, The Substance is just one of those movies, man. And then again, I'm gonna stick to horror a little bit. I found Terrifier 3 to be disgustingly realistic in its visuals, and I think it takes it. Takes my second wild card. I think Terrifier 3 was not a movie for everybody, but if there's one thing,
it wasn't a movie for me, because I hated Terrifier 2 and everyone loved it. So I was like, I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah, I think it's one of those movies that's definitely not for everyone, and I can totally respect that. But if there's one thing I think everyone has to agree on, it's that visually it's impeccable. So those are my two, The Substance and Terrifier 3. So to go over one more time for you guys are going to vote on this one. You guys are going to vote between, this is kind of a doozy of one. You guys are going to vote between Hundreds of Beavers, Chris Stuckman's #1 film of the year.
Which, by the way, that is like...
It's such a good pick.
It's like, way better than like my #1 film of the year is the anime, the Slam Dunk, because basketball I love anime.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys are going to pick between Hundreds of Beavers, Memoir of a Snail, Terrifier 3, and The Substance.
I love it. Literally, they're going to be like, I haven't seen any of these.
I haven't seen a single... Well, there's two in there that everyone has to watch.
There's one... Beavers, it's free on YouTube. It's free on Amazon Prime. There's literally no reason why.
No reason not to not watch it. If you want to use your 12-day movie subscription on Prime to get it for free for 12 days, The Substance is great. And Terrifier 3, you'll know if it's for you or not. And
all right. Okay, are you ready to dig back into the McDonald's bag?
Let's do it. The bag of wonders.
Give it another shake to really just randomize it as much as we can. All right. Right, when are we going to get to one of the above the line categories? We've been kind of avoiding those so far. All right, well, this is kind of above the line. Best screenplay.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, because every time I do this, I have to do the ticker, and then I have to like go to my notes, so it's a little cumbersome. Okay. I'll go ahead and let you go first on this one.
Okay, screenplay. I am going to go with... This is a tough one. I think I'm going to be kind of boring here, because I really do think Conclave deserves it.
That's fair.
I
That's totally fair. I don't have that
I
on my short list, so that's fair.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Conclave. I think it definitely deserves the nominee. So I'm gonna go Conclave.
Also, while we're doing this, we should probably make sure to announce the thing that's already nominated in any.
Yeah, so already nominated is Sean Wang for Dee.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have names.
No, you're all
Dee
good. And then best visual effects and best animated.
Best visual effects. Animated, we said had Flow.
Right.
And best visual effects was Dune Part 2.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am very hung up on, man. It's literally between what I think is the most solid, like, actual character arcs and progression, and like, but also the other one I'm hung up on has my favorite monologue of the year, bar none.
Okay.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to put My Old Ass into best screenplay. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again. Chad's monologue about the last time that you play pretend as a kid, it knocked me on my feet. I mean, like, I still think about that line like on an almost daily basis. It really got to me. That's not the only line in that movie that got to me, but I mean, that to me is like the monologue of 2024 for me personally.
Yeah.
Okay. On your short list.
All right. I'm going to throw it to a movie that I liked a lot more than a lot of other people liked. But I think Heretic had an amazing screenplay.
Okay.
So I'm going to go Heretic for one of them. And then for the other one, I'm going to go with a screenplay without a single word in it.
Ooh.
I'm going Flow.
Really? Okay.
I thought Flow had such a compelling screenplay without uttering a bit of dialogue.
I love it.
So Flow and Heretic are the two.
All right, wild card. I had a really hard time not putting this as my main nomination. I think the screenplay in this movie is just impeccable, but again, it doesn't have that one moment like it does for My Old Ass. I'm going to throw Challengers in there.
Okay.
And then also, it's between... You think I should throw another one to Memoir of a Snail, or do you think I should spread the love a little bit more?
That's up to you. Remember, we do have the Zendaya clause, which means any one movie can only receive... Are you keeping
track of that, by the way?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
So any one movie can only receive 10 nominations.
Yeah, you know what? On that note, I think I'm going to go with a movie that I discovered just through looking at your short list and being like, that sounds interesting. I need to check that out. I'm going to go with A Different Man.
Okay. That is a very good one.
All right. LEB says, I was planning to check out Hundreds of Beavers. Please do, LEB. Seriously. Please do.
All right. So everyone's picks. You guys are going to go with another 4 movies I know everyone definitely saw. You're going to pick between A Different Man, Flow, Challengers, and Heretic.
I'm guessing that Heretic is going to take it just based on the fact that it's the most mainstream. We're not giving our audience... We're talking shit about our audience at this point. We should give them a little bit more credit.
Yeah. No, you guys... I'm just thinking movies that are we're snobs a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a snob. I'll fully
admit
I'm fully
a snob. Yeah.
I like the movie where the guy deconstructs religion and talks about Jar Jar Binks. Like...
I am such a snob that I absolutely refuse to do the top 20 films of 2024 podcast without seeing the list.
That's fair.
Like I'm not. It will not happen until
I was gonna see it, but I ended up catching Sing Sing instead because it's been eluding me.
Are you serious? You actually fucking saw Sing Sing?
I caught it, and
oh my God,
was fine.
I love it. I love it. Okay. By the way, would you like to announce? We don't really have to go into nominations for it. Would you?
Yeah, you want to just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a new award this year. It will be showing up at least one year. This is the Sing Sing Award for absolute dog shit distribution of a film, and I'll just announce the nominees right now. It is A24, the studio for the film Sing Sing. I'm excited to see who wins. Who had the absolute worst distribution of a movie in the year.
All right. sound off. Okay, let's dive back into the McDonald's bag. Some of these really need to like be broken up a little bit more. They're all kind of like folded in on each other. I can feel that. Okay. What do we got? We have, oh boy. This I objectively think is probably the most boring category, but I acknowledge that it's important for film. Like it can elevate a film.
Okay.
Best sound.
Best sound.
Yeah.
All right. I've had this one on lock since the moment I saw it.
Okay, hold on. I'll go ahead and let you go first then.
All right, it's The Substance. Just absolute
That's
revolting sound.
You know what? I am going to go with A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
I think just the instrumentation there, just the way that you were able to capture the crowd reactions, just everything about the sound in that movie, just really I felt played a big part in how transformative that movie felt for me.
Yeah. And just to cover our bases, the one already nominated was Twisters.
Yes.
Twisters already has a nomination.
All right. Okay, and wild card picks for sale.
Wild cards, yeah. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. I'm going to go with, for my wild cards, Alien Romulus and Kneecap.
Kneecap's a movie I still need to see. I've seen that in your short list. Okay.
It's very good.
Can I get a check on how close Dune is to reaching the Zendaya clause?
So Dune has 2. I am scrolling to it. 3, 4. Dune has 4.
Okay,
doesn't sound right.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and throw Dune up as one of my wild cards, and then I'm also going to throw up Nosferatu, specifically for the sound design of Orlok's voice, because my God, is it chilling.
Okay, so Dune has 6 now with this one.
Okay,
but I don't think. I'll just throw away the Zendaya clause.
Fuck it, sure.
Yeah, it was in there when we really thought Dune and Challengers
was just gonna run away with it.
Yeah, but it's been a much better year than that. So.
Honestly, this Christmas has been like between Nosferatu and A Complete Unknown. Baby Girl isn't even really in my short list anywhere, but that was also very good. I thought it just was kind of, it was a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So you went with Dune and Nosferatu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you guys will be voting on, this is a much more casual pick. Alien Romulus, Dune Part 2, Kneecap, and Nosferatu.
Kneecap's running away with it.
Right. And I do want to stress, you guys can vote however you want, but I do want to stress this. Vote for the category, not for what movie you think is the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I love all of these movies. All of these movies are in my top 20 as of this moment. But, don't vote for the one you like the most as a movie. Vote for the one you think is the best sound in a movie. Or don't, I can't make it.
All right, so we've still been avoiding the above the lines for the most
real
part.
Above the lines.
Let's see if we can get one. Oh no, we definitely can't this time around. Okay, so PerGron, with some of the honorary awards, I've made some name changes to them. I hope that you like them.
Yep.
So for this one, we're going with the Dark Knight Rises Honorary Most Disappointing Award.
All right.
I hope you agree that Dark Knight Rises was a disappointing movie.
I don't love it, so the Dark Knight Rises honorary most disappointing award.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna go first, and I'm just gonna call it.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
What's already locked in is Joker Folie à Deux.
Okay. I'm gonna call it like I see it. It's not a terrible movie by any means, but Saturday Night.
Okay.
Saturday Night really let me down, especially in the last act. I feel like if we didn't have all that bullshit with Lorne Michaels going outside of 30 Rock and going ice skating and like, hey, you're the guy who's going to be the main writer and I'm just randomly meeting you in a bar. Mm-hmm. Like, if we didn't have that, this might not be there. But yeah, that third act really let me down.
Yeah, that's fair. This is a tough one.
Honestly, it was a tough one for me too, because I feel like I kind of avoided the movies that I knew were gonna either that or a lot of the bad movies this year were simply just franchise movies that I like. It's not like I was fucking, oh no, Venom 3 isn't great.
Right. Venom 3 surprised me. I think I'm gonna go with a movie that I don't like that everybody else seems to be is getting a lot of Oscar buzz.
Okay.
I just didn't like it, and I think the fact that it's getting so much buzz is what makes it disappointing to me, and that's Emilia Perez.
Ooh, that's a solid one. I
do not like Emilia Perez. I like it more than
I genuinely don't understand how it's getting so much Oscar buzz. Like, it's an interesting movie. It's very experimental. It doesn't even feel like the type of movie the Oscars would go for.
It's got a song about getting rid of genitalia.
All right, Kogias, I'm terribly sorry. Like, I respect Joker Folie à Deux. I think it's a more interesting movie than the original Joker, but it's not going to make any of these categories. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to set your expectations in check there.
Yeah. Well, it made one. It made most disappointing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's saying it should be up for screenplay. I'm like, that's not happening.
I'm sorry, buddy. I hate both Joker movies a lot. So. Yeah.
All right. While we're doing this, I'm also trying to like delete the categories that we've already done from the banners, and I think I'm doing a decent job. We've done best sound, right? That needs to go. Okay. Yep. All right. So did we do? We haven't done honorable mentions, right? Or wild cards?
No, we have just gotten Emilia Perez, Joker, Folie à Deux, and Saturday Night locked in.
Okay. Man, I'm not really like happy about either of these as nominations. It's kind of just filling out the category however I can at this point.
Right.
So I'm going to go with queer.
Okay.
Which I wasn't really like jumping up and down about, and I totally acknowledge that a lot of people do seem to like it. I feel like if you're actually in the gay community, it could resonate with you a lot more. But for me, it was like I was into it in the first act, but as soon as they went on their little road trip, I was like, this is a nightmare. This is not a fun nightmare. This is just totally. I mean, I love that you posted the Family Guy, like it insists upon itself, Lois, because that's absolutely what it does.
Fluca Guadagnino.
I'm gonna throw this in here. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be good. But I am disappointed with how successful it was, if that counts. And I'm disappointed that this is pretty much going to be the route that Disney's going to go in. So let's give Moana 2 its nomination. Let's give that fucking piece of shit.
There you go. It gets its one. Maybe. It's up to you guys. And this is one I really want to stress. Vote on the most disappointing, not the one you like the most. That would be the least disappointing. All right. Yeah, Moana 2 is definitely going to be one of my wild cards. So you have thrown me for a loop here. I'm going to go with one that nobody cared about, but it's done by the Eggman's brothers. And it is in my bottom 2 for the year. I hated The Front Room.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
I wanted to love The Front Room. I hated The Front Room. So I'm gonna.
I have
put it in there.
A24 in a very unconventional category specifically for the front room. So we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah. All right. And then my other one, this is kind of just a whatever. I'm going to throw in a funny one because I wasn't super disappointed by any movies. They all kind of either surprised me or fell into where I expected them to be. But the American Society of Magical Negroes does
Thank
not.
you for making me having to type that in a poll.
You're welcome.
Awesome. That's going to be fun.
It does not deserve it doesn't earn its name. It doesn't earn its name. If you were going to have a name like that and make me a white dude say it, you have to blow me away by how funny a satire you are. Like The Blackening last year was a very funny satire that does a really good job of making fun of while also bringing attention to racial issues within horror. The American Society of Magical Negroes does nothing except put Justice Smith in an awkward movie role, which is all Justice Smith is capable of doing. Yep. It's not funny in the slightest. It tries to be like a serious rom-com for a while. Like, it has no idea what it's doing. It needed to wow me to earn that name, and it doesn't, so it's most disappointing.
All right.
So you guys are going to get to vote between some real winners. Moana 2, Queer, the American Society of Magical Negroes, and The Front Room. I hope you've not seen any of these.
Going to run away with this, but again, guys, it's not because it's a good movie.
Yeah. Remember, not the best movie, the most disappointing. In which the answer's The Front Room. It fucking sucks. All right.
Next up, again, I feel like this magic bag that I have has been very much conscious of, like, let's save the above the line stuff for later on. So we'll see when that trend breaks. Watch, I'm gonna pull Best Picture right now.
You're gonna just whip it out.
No, still not above the line. One of my favorites, though, because for me, I feel like this kind of defines a lot of my favorite movies. Best Ending.
Best Ending.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Best Ending, we have locked in Challengers.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Ooh, Best Ending for me. I think it's got to go Anora.
Yeah, that's incredibly solid for sure.
I think Anora has to go and get my nominee, which is shocked that we haven't nominated Anora yet. But
all right, for me, I think I'm. I'm split. I'm really split here.
No, that one came out in 2017.
I think I'm gonna have to go. Oh man. Yeah, I think this movie is defined by its ending a little bit more than the other one I'm thinking of, so I'm going to go I Saw the TV Glow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is fair. I respect that pick a lot.
All right, and Wild Cards.
All right. Who's going?
You go.
I'll go. Okay.
If I pick you first or me first, then we go first on the nomination and the wild cards.
Sounds good. I am going to pick. I think for Best Ending, Heretic deserves a little bit of love.
That's good. That's solid.
It had one of my favorite endings of the year, like final shots of the year. And then it was your most disappointing, but I'm gonna put Saturday Night.
I believe you're fucking putting. It builds
up
to exactly what we know it's going to build up.
I was happy.
How is that a good ending?
I was happy that they went live from New York. It's Saturday Night, and then it ended. So I'm gonna make you type that out.
Whatever. All right. That's probably out of everything you've thrown out so far, the one I least respect, but whatever.
That's fair.
Okay,
I
I'm
like
going to go
more than you did, I think.
So first and foremost, this was the one I was debating between TV Glow,
Okay.
Nosferatu. I
Fair.
just think that single image is just so fucking memorable, and it's like single image credits. I love it. I love how like audacious that is.
That's very fair.
And then we're gonna have to go with a feel good one. I'm kind of debating between two, both of which have gotten a couple shout outs from me. Yeah, I think this movie, it's the ending kind of defines it a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with Memoir of a Snail.
Okay.
Which is just kind of like, after all the sad shit, it's like, hey, some levity, thank God.
Okay. And I'm gonna do a La La Land and Moonlight real quick, because they did bring me the wrong wild card, unfortunately. I read off the wrong one. Saturday Night is not the winner, unfortunately. It is My Old Ass, and I totally forgot to put that in there. So
okay, thank you, because that was the other one I was debating.
Okay, yeah, I totally missed that one looking at my list. So yeah,
that worked out very well for me.
There you go. Congratulations. Yeah, sorry about the mix-up, folks. I'm gonna have to tell the interns to get it right next time. All right, so you guys will choose between Heretic, Memoir of a Snail, My Old Ass, and Nosferatu. All very good movies.
And I feel like I'm not on the ball with these banners, and I apologize.
Get your shit together, Tiki.
I know, right? Where even is best ending? There we go. Enjoy it for like 2 seconds before we go to the next one.
There it is, the one and only.
Okay, still with the above the line categories. It's actually kind of crazy, this trend. I'm mixing it up as much as I can. Okay, I see best. Oh, here we go. Here's above the line. Best actor. There we go.
Actor. This is one of the
above the line one.
This is one of the toughest ones. I don't know why they're mopping the fucking floor above me. Don't have family over for the holidays.
Okay, so right. I'm just gonna, for me, this
hold on 1 sec.
Yeah.
Because the one locked in already is the Challengers boys, Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor. They are already locked in. They are locked in together. So they will win or lose together.
Which we thought was very appropriate for that movie.
Yeah. All right. So now you go ahead.
I got to put Timmy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. I mean, for me, that performance was just absolutely incredible. Like, I knew he was going to do a good job, but as soon as I saw the scene where he's like just screaming out a folk song to the audience during the Cuban Missile Crisis, I was like, he's got it. He's fun. And then as the movie goes on and he just gets more and more like that kind of like cagey, mysterious, larger than life version.
He genuinely disappears into the role by the end.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors. I see him and I'm like, oh, it's Timothée Chalamet. By the end, I'm like, that's fucking Bob Dylan.
Exactly. So, I mean, that to me is an easy pick.
And I'm going to go with what I have said consistently is my performance of the year. I'm not doing no fucking category fraud like the Oscars are. This is a leading performance. It's Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain. Absolute masterclass. So even if the movie itself it's good, this is a phenomenal performance. It is the performance of the year for me.
Fair enough. All right. Wild cards. Just because I think it would be funny to have him compete against himself, I'm going to throw in Chalamet for Dune Part 2.
All right.
And honestly, I think he deserves it. Honestly, I think he might not be as transformative as Paul Atreides, but like that arc that he goes on through the movie is pretty phenomenal.
I am Paul Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Fair pick.
And then the next one I'm going to go Justice Smith for, Now I'm going to redact that. That because it's like, it's mostly based on the ending, but there's a lot of moments towards like the middle chunk of that movie where I'm like, he's just kind of being awkward Justice Smith. I'm going to go Sebastian Stan for A Different Man.
Good.
Which I'm sure will get just a ton of fucking wild card votes for.
Right. So, Okay.
And just to shout him out, I mean, I think Sebastian Stan, what I really love about him in that movie is that he does an excellent job with the self-loathing and the kind of like being uncomfortable in his own skin, even when he's in this position where he should be very comfortable in his own
He
skin.
looks like Sebastian Stan.
Right.
If I look like Sebastian Stan, all my problems would be solved. All right, I'm gonna go with my other performance of the year, and that is Hugh Grant in Heretic.
Okay, that's very fair.
Just life change, like career defining performance for Hugh Grant, the 90s heartthrob, as just this villain. It very good. And then the question is, I'm between two. I'm between just somebody doing what they do really well, or somebody who really surprised me as a leading man. And I think I've got to give it to the surprise. I think I got to give it to David Desmalchin for Late Night with the Devil.
That's fair.
A movie that had its controversy. I think it's past now. AI has done so much worse than like make a couple of art pieces. So
that's very true. Yes,
I'm okay nominating it. I really loved the movie. So I am happy to put my boy David. And even despite that, he gives a really good performance here, and he deserves to be a leading man more often. So, all right, so you guys are gonna.
Basically, all our nominees are like white guys in their 20s and 30s. Awesome. Yep. We're so fucking diverse.
We're the Oscars, and what was it, 2015?
Right.
So yeah, you guys will get to pick between David Desmalchin, Hugh Grant, Timothée Chalamet in Dune Part 2, and Sebastian Stan.
Okay, to be fair, I think Sebastian Stan's in his 40s and Hugh Grant's very much not in his 30s. So a little bit of age diversity there at least.
And just to make people feel better, I did have Coleman Domingo, Dev Patel, Isaac Wang, John David Washington, Kingsley Benadir, Justice Smith. Yeah. So they were all on my short list. I really liked. This was a great fucking year for horror. This was such a good horror year. So, and the Oscars won't do it. So,
yeah.
All right.
Okay, next up, we got that one above the line category. Great. Oh, another above the line category. Okay, we're knocking them out now.
All right.
We're doing Best Supporting Actress.
Okay. So our lock-in is Joan Chen for Dee Dee.
Hell yeah, it is. Which I'm glad we locked that in, because I kind of feel like she's sort of falling. I doubt she's going to get an Oscar nomination at this point, which is a real shame.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I think I've got quite a bit of contenders here, so I think I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm going to go over the movie I didn't really like that much, but a performance that really stood out to me. And she was initially getting some Oscar buzz, and I don't think it's happening, so I want to give her a little bit of love here. I'm going to go with Danielle Deadwyler for The Piano Lesson.
Okay.
She gives just a phenomenal performance in that.
I feel like if she gets into the Oscars, it's literally just going to be we're sorry for not nominating you for
right. Yeah. But I do think this, unlike Annette Bening for Naiad, I think she actually deserves this one.
Sure.
Fucking hated Naiad.
All right, for me, I got to go, like, once again, I'm nominating this movie almost based on, like, a singular scene. But the scene where Aubrey Plaza interacts with Chad in My Old Ass, I genuinely, it was like my version of the ending of The Iron Claw for you. Like, I was so emotional, I almost had a panic attack. Like, Aubrey Plaza's reaction in that moment is just so fucking palatable. And there's so much mixed feelings there. So I gotta go Aubrey Plaza for My Old Ass.
That's fair. I'm into it. So I will go with, for my two picks, I think this was a really tough category. I think I'm gonna go with a performance that I just really enjoyed, but it could be because I love the person they were portraying. But Monica Barbaro in A
Mm,
Complete Unknown as Joan Baez.
totally fair. Totally fair.
Um, and then I'm tossed between two again. I think I'm gonna have to throw some love to one of my favorite movies, even if it gets a lot of nominations. I think it's got to go Rebecca Ferguson for Dune Part Two.
That's also very fair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For me, you know what? Since you nominated Barbaro, I'm going. Let's just go ahead and make the love triangle complete. I'm going to go ahead and throw in Elle Fanning for A Complete Unknown.
Fair.
And then I'm going to go kind of an out of left field pick. I don't think this is a great movie. I think it's kind of been a little bit left in the shuffle. Came out early in the year, but I think this performance really was one of the first performance of the year where I was like, wow, this is an excellent performance and also like a star-making turn for this actress. I'm going to go Katie O'Brien from Love Lies Bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the physicality in that role, the rage, just very memorable performance for me, even if the movie itself is just kind of okay.
That's fair. All right, so you guys will get to pick between Elle Fanning from A Complete Unknown, Katie O'Brien, Love Lies Bleeding, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, and Rebecca Ferguson for Dune Part 2.
All right. Okay, next up, out of the categories we have left, which one are you most looking forward to?
I mean, it's got to be supporting actor. I think that's been
supporting actor is going to be tough, man.
That's such a tough one this year.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope that goes last, honestly.
I mean, we'll see if we keep up this streak of like we were avoiding the above the line stuff for a long time, and then we got 2 in a row. Let's see.
The one I fear is Needle Drop because.
Oh my god.
Supporting actor. I manifested that shit.
You sure did.
All right. So locked in, we have Javier Bardem for Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm. That performance is way more than just a meme. I will stand by that any day of the week. I'm gonna let you go first on this.
Oh, this is so fucking tough.
I am caught between 2, and they're both super unconventional.
Okay. I'm caught between like 5. And 4 of them are from the same 2 movies. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be really basic here. I'm going Bill Skarsgård for Nosferatu.
All right, fair enough. I barely even count that as a performance, but
well, do we not want to count it? Because I have it in a different category.
If you have it, I would nominate someone else from Nosferatu.
All right, let's
because like I feel like so much of that character is just like the visuals and the sound design.
Yeah. All right. Well, that solves nothing.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I will go with. You know what? I'm gonna do one that's not super commonly thought of because I don't think anyone saw the movie. But Nicholas Hoult in The Order.
I did, man. He's had a fucking year, dude. All right. Yikes! And that's just a mainline pick. Oh boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna go another like not like super obscure because we brought it up before, but I feel like nobody is thinking of this guy as supporting actor. But honestly, I think he stole the show. I think he has all the best laughs. I think he's just a super memorable presence in the movie. I am going to go Doug Manchesky from Hundreds of Beavers, who plays the shopkeeper.
Okay.
Yeah. unconventional, but I'm sticking by it. I think that performance kind of steals the whole movie.
Interesting pick, but that I'm not gonna hate on it. I love Hundreds of Beavers.
I really wanted to get one of the performances from Hundreds of Beavers in there.
Fair.
Just because I think that movie just does really excel in the silent comedic acting. And I think this guy just does the best job out of anyone.
All right.
I just think his facial reactions, the spitting gag. I mean, there's just so much with him that I love.
All right, let's go with the wild cards.
Yes.
So I am going to start it off with Willem Dafoe for Nosferatu.
Totally fair. Totally fair. Totally fair.
And then I am going to give it to the other performance that probably should have gotten my main nomination, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown.
I wish that would have gotten your main nomination. Whatever.
I'll swap them. I'm swapping them.
Okay, thank you.
It's our show. It's our show. We can do what we want. Nicholas Hoult is the order is now my other, and Edward Norton gets the official. All right.
Okay, so wild cards for me. The other unconventional one I was thinking of, I'm still going to go with as a wild card pick.
Okay.
This is very much more of a cameo, but at the same time, I just feel like this specific performance stole the movie so much that I feel like for all time, people are going to think specifically of this guy when they think of this movie, even if he only appears in one scene. So that's right. I'm doing Jesse Plemons from Civil War.
Okay.
I mean, just talk about a fucking one scene wonder, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that to me is like the definition of a supporting performance that just elevates the movie.
Yeah, that was a scene I was looking forward to and then wanted to end immediately. When we got to it, I wanted that scene to be over.
Okay, and now with my second one, there's a couple directions I could go with. I could go with like more of an unconventional one that's kind of in the realm of Nicholas Hoult. Mm-hmm. I could go with one from A Complete Unknown. I could go with one from Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm really split here. I think I can rule out the Nosferatu one, but I'm really split. Would you like to know the two that I'm debating between?
Yeah.
I'm debating between Adam Pearson for A Different Man,
mm-hmm.
and then Scoot McNairy for A Complete Unknown. Yeah, it's tough, right?
Those are really tough.
You know what? I really, really love Adam Pearson, but I kind of feel like on some level that performance is basically... I love the self-assuredness of his character. I love how, he really does steal the spotlight. Mm-hmm. But Scoot McNairy does so much without saying a single line of dialogue. He is so in his own world in that movie. I'm going to have to give it to Scoot. I'm going to have to give it to Scoot for A Complete Unknown.
That is fair. I am going to be just the worst person in the world right now.
Don't you dare take off fucking Edward Norton.
I'm not. I'm taking off Nicholas Hoult. I've hyped him up. He's officially off the list. Do go watch him in the order. He's very good. But I realized I missed the one that I said I was going to nominate months ago.
Okay.
And I feel terrible that I didn't. I'm firing the intern. It's David Johnson in Alien Romulus.
Oh, yeah. No, that's very solid.
I really wanted to nominate him, and I missed him on the list. So yeah, I'm swapping him in. I'm sorry, Nicholas Hoult. I love you. But
my other Nosferatu pick would have been Ralph Ineson, and I just want to say Ralph Ineson in Nosferatu in particular, the dude gives me such Alan Rickman energy.
Yeah,
and watching that movie, I was like, this guy is like our new Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
and I love that for him.
All right, so you guys are going to get to pick between David Johnson for Alien Romulus, Jesse Plemons for Civil War, Scoot McNairy for A Complete Unknown, and Willem Dafoe for Nosferatu. 4 really good performances. That's going to be a
supporting actor this year was the category.
There were so many that I could.
That's not even including fucking Culkin, who was, everyone's nominating and supporting.
That's not including any of the guys from Anora. We didn't get any of them in. Yeah, I mean, I almost went with Boyd Holbrook for A Complete Unknown as Johnny Cash. I thought
that'd be another solid one. Yeah.
Yeah. Dennis Quaid for The Substance was great.
I'm surprised he didn't get in. Yeah.
Dan Stevens.
There's other categories he can get in.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a tough one.
Okay.
Let's move on, please. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Okay. So we're going to. I actually did give this another honorary title. I have Best Cameo, but I included the honorary Bob Barker Award for Best Cameo. Okay. The price is wrong, bitch. All right.
Cameo. So you called it the honorary
Bob Barker Award for Best Cameo.
Barker Award for Best Cameo. All right, and locked in, we have Channing Tatum as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Of course. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock in Kendrick Lamar for Piece by Piece.
All right. And I am going to go ahead and lock in Snoop Dogg from Piece by Piece. I knew that would
happen. It's the funny role versus like the socially important role.
And the funny role was so funny. I will never not laugh at PG Spray. That is the funniest thing that's ever been put into a movie ever.
Okay, and then for wild cards, I am going to go ahead and do Danny DeVito for Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think it's really fun that he pops up. He does have a memorable death scene.
And by extension, Jimmy Buffett.
Sure, why not?
Since he was listening to Margaritaville.
And then for cameo, I'm also going to go with June Squibb as Nostalgia in Inside Out 2. Just because at this point, I don't honestly think that June Squibb is going to make it to Best Actress, and I want to get her in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go with spoilers for Wicked. Close your ears for a second if you don't want to see it. Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth had such a good cameo in that. So I'm going to put them in there. And they are alphabetically above J. So I'm going to put them
the only thing that kind of kept me from putting them on my short list
was that
the fact that Idina does the ha before Defying Gravity, and I'm like, wait, so did Elphaba in the context of this movie take that? She's like,
take that from her.
Steal that. I'm gonna steal.
I think it was because they weren't doing the exact riff that they're like, oh no, you have to do the riff. And then I have a couple here that are fine.
We can throw Jesse Plemons in again.
We could throw Jesse Plemons back. I'm tossed between two. One of them is a scene that a lot of people enjoyed, and one of them is me being a New Englander. And because I don't want to give Deadpool any more love, I'm going to put Rob Gronkowski from the Instigators.
Oh man!
As a New Englander, Gronk, he was our boy for a while, so he's got to go. The other one was Chris Evans for Deadpool, but I don't want to do too many Deadpool ones.
And the thing is, Kogias does kind of make a good point that with all the cameos in Deadpool, they are kind of more supporting performances because all of them are in several scenes, except maybe Happy Hogan or something like that. Most of them are technically supporting performances. Definitely more supporting performances than Jesse Plemons. So
I'm still calling him a cameo though. Sorry, Code Geass, we had him locked in. So.
All right.
And that's the only way he's getting an award. So
I know, right? This is actually going a little quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I literally thought this would take the full 3 hours. That's why I was like, hey, we better do this at 6 instead of 7, because I don't know if we're going to be able to crack this out. I literally thought we'd need 4 hours for this shit. We're not going to need 4 hours for this shit.
Time for the mid-show musical break.
Oh my god.
A halftime show.
Right. Okay, this is a solid one, solid below the line. Best production design.
Production designa. All right, and locked in, we have Hundreds of Beavers.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go first here, and I'm going to lock in Memoir of a Snail.
Okay.
I think the way that they illustrated the hoarding through just the one set was just genuinely like really, really unique, almost a game changer as far as, you can do so much. You can literally craft a whole world through that one room, and that really blew me away.
And I am going to go with toss between two here, and I can easily put one in my honorable mentions. So I'm gonna put in Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be very boring and very mainstream with my two wildcard picks. Okay. I'm going to go Dune Part 2.
Fair.
And then as Kogias shouts out, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Fair.
Both are very mainstream movies, but both do have very excellent production design in very different ways.
Yeah. I am going to go with I think I'm going to go kind of mainstream for one of them, and I'm going to go with Wicked.
Oh, yeah. Wicked, absolutely.
The amount of practical effect or practical sets there is crazy.
I wish the lighting was better, but
yeah, they won't be winning the best lighting award. And then
we've got this awesome library with rotating bookshelves. How are we going to light it? Just washed out as fuck.
Just backlit. Light the back of it. And I'm going to go with a movie that's probably not going to get a single other nomination. But I really liked it. I'm going with Lisa Frankenstein.
That's fair. That's a solid period piece for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So you guys will get to vote between Beetlejuice, Lisa Frankenstein, Wicked, and Dune Part 2.
I actually think that's a pretty even matchup. Like, even Lisa Frankenstein, I feel like, is a pretty popular movie with the
that is a hot topic movie. If this was 2014, it would be the biggest thing.
Exactly. All right. Next up. I'm going to save that one for last.
Okay.
You know what it is.
There's the big boy. Best needle drop.
All right. Next up, we have... Oh, boy. Okay, here's another above the line one.
All right.
Best actress. Oh, boy.
Best actress. All right, and we have locked in, kind of like we did with Josh O'Connor and the other one who's Mike faced. We have Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo for Wicked.
Because we don't want to hear it about which one is a supporting, which one's the lead.
They're not. They're both leads. Both leads.
And they're both very integral to the plot. So
fuck category fraud. We ain't about that here, except the cameo, maybe.
All right, I am going to let you...
This is kind of the question of which one of us nominates her.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
We might be leaning in kind of different directions here.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll let you nominate her if
that
is who I think it is.
Okay, I think it probably is. It's Mikey Madison for Nora.
Yeah. And I am going to go because honestly, I did not think there'd be an actress this year, an actress performance, lead actress that would beat that. But then I saw Nosferatu.
Then the other one,
Rose goddamn Depp.
The other one
was just not even on my radar. I thought she would do a fine job. No, she fucking killed that performance. I mean, holy shit. Like, I don't think that movie works half as well if not for Lily Rose Depp's. I don't think that movie would have worked. This is a hot take. I don't think that movie would have worked as well if Anya Taylor-Joy was in that role.
Nope. Yep. No, those were the two. I whichever one you nominated, I was nominating the other one. So
that's kind of what I figured we were leaning at.
Yeah. Those were the two. I'm like, yeah, there's no other options here. But all right, so I will go first with my extra boys or extra gals. For one, Demi Moore for The Substance.
That's very obvious, yeah, for sure.
I fucking love The Substance. And for the other one, again, a very difficult category to pick. But I think I'm going to go the basic bitch answer, and I'm gonna give Zendaya for Challengers.
That's totally fair. I'm glad she got in there. All right, I'm going to do Naomi Scott for Smile 2, which is most likely the only nomination Smile 2 is going to get. But Smile 2 was so goddamn good. It really
shockingly good.
Surprised me.
Shockingly good.
I was shitting on Smile 2 before I saw it. And then I saw it, I'm like, damn, that was legitimately like probably the best mainstream horror movie of the year. And I think Naomi Scott is a really, really good reason why. I mean, I think her character, her performance just really elevates it.
So much better than the first actor. I don't remember who played the first actor. Yeah. Some Nepo baby.
And then I'm going to give it to June Squibb for Thelma. I don't think she's going to get in, but I want to give her flowers. I think it was a very, very good role. I think it's kind of a shame that the movie sort of like as the year has gone on has kind of slipped more and more under the radar for people. People really should check it out.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. So, all right. So you guys are going to get to pick between Demi Moore for The Substance, June Squibb for Thelma, Naomi Scott for Smile 2, and Zendaya for Challengers.
All right. Okay.
Right, so we're going below the line for the rest or no, we have two. 1 and then 1.5 that are above the line because I'm calling voice performance above the line. It should be.
And we have director too. We have picture.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot picture.
All right. Well, we're saving picture for the end.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. We've still got some fun ones. We got the weirdest little creep award. We've got best needle drop. We've got the honorary Gran Turismo most annoying trailer award. You puked on my lawn.
I think we're gonna have to rename it next year. But
we probably will rename it the honorary Argyle most annoying trailer.
Oh, I don't know. I think my pick is going to be the winner. But
okay, let's get another big dog out of the way. Best director. Yeah. All
right, and we, of course, shocking absolutely everybody. We do have Denis Villeneuve as our lock for director currently.
Oh, my God. All right.
Denis.
You want to put him on? Fucking put him on, PerGron. Go ahead.
Oh, duh. Robert Eggers, the Eggman.
Yeah, Eggman.
I'm like, are you making fun of me? What are you? No, it's the Eggman. He's got to be there. The boy, the man, the myth, the legend.
Wow, your New England really slipped out there. He's got to be there.
He's got to be there. That's my holdovers accent.
Oh my God.
Rewatched it last week. Fucking still an amazing movie.
Nice. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and do oh shit. You know what? I have like 2 prestige movies and then fucking Hundreds of Beavers. I'm tempted to put Hundreds of Beavers on there and let the prestige movies fight it out for the wild card slot. I think I'm going to do that. Let's do Mike Cheslick for Hundreds of Beavers. Because, I mean, honestly, the sheer imagination of that movie, the sheer, like, vision, it is a singular vision. I really do think that it's very impressive what he was able to do, especially for the budget that he had.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to go, since you have 2 prestige movies on there, and I think I know what they are.
Yeah, don't encroach in my territory.
I'm going to assume I know what they are, so I'm not going to touch them with a 6-foot pole. I instead am going to give one to Coralie Fargeau for The Substance.
Solid.
And the other one, Jane Schoenbrunn for
Nice.
I Saw the TV Glow.
Glad she got in there.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know what mine are. It's going to be Luca Guadagnino for Challengers.
There he is. And then
Sean Baker and Nora.
There he is.
Yeah. Very straightforward there.
Yep. That's okay. What a pick they're going to have to pick from. All 4 of the, I mean, honestly, those could be.
Name out those 4, seriously.
Yeah.
That's maybe the most stacked wild card.
That could be the nominees. I'd be content with these.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, so we got Coralie Fargeau for The Substance, Jane Schoenbrunn for I Saw the TV Glow, Luca Guadagnino or Fluca Guadagnino, because how the hell did he make Challengers? And Sean Baker for Honora.
And honestly, like, even Jane Schoenbrunn, like, all 4 of those could conceivably get into Oscars.
Yeah.
I don't think I Saw the TV Glow. I think I Saw the TV Glow has like a
the farthest chance.
It's still possible. Like,
yeah.
if that did happen, I'd be like, right on. That was a good pick. You know,
honestly, these 4 plus our 3 lock-ins. God, that would be the perfect Oscars line.
Right. I mean, if Hundreds of Beavers gets fucking locked in anywhere, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Yeah, God, what a movie. Yeah. All right.
Get in there.
I think this might top last year's Tikis. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Okay, kind of a boring one, but that's okay. Cinematography,
an important one.
Yeah, an important one for sure.
Cinematography. So we have locked in Challengers.
Nice. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Okay. I am going to go with. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna put Flo in again.
That was on my short list.
Wow, what a movie. What cinematography.
Camera work in particular is just stunning.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like Flo is literally everything that everyone wanted Disney's dinosaur to be.
Yeah. All right. I got to plug my thing in, so I'm going to disappear here for a second.
Oh, shit. Okay. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Yeah. I just have to go around the corner to plug my laptop in.
Okie dokie. All right. So for cinematography, for me, you know what? Since you didn't lock it in, I will lock it in. Let's do Nosferatu. I mean, it's obvious, but it's got to happen.
No, it's got to happen.
It's literally the one thing the Lighthouse actually managed to get into at the Oscars.
Right. Right. I can't reach that outlet, so we're gonna go with this outlet.
Oh boy.
Luckily, I have a lot of lizards, so I've got outlets.
My arms are itchy, and the people are just sitting here watching me scratch my arms. So that's great.
I'm just padding the runtime. There we go. All right. All right, so you locked in Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A very good pick. All right. I am going to go with, for my extra boys, gonna go with I Saw the TV Glow.
Nice. Respect.
And then a movie that you didn't like. We've argued about it time and time again, but I really do think the cinematography in Long Legs.
You know what? If it's the only nomination it gets, I'm fine with it.
The cinematography in Long Legs was so interesting. So
It looks fine. I need to rewatch Long Legs. I'll admit that. All right, and for me, for my wild cards, I'm honestly kind of surprised I can just. It's going to be pretty clean. It's once again going to be Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And debating between A Complete Unknown and Denora. I think A Complete Unknown just has it beat out just slightly, but it's tough. I think Anora has like individually some of the moments in that movie have like really breathtaking cinematography, like Everything in Vegas, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like A Complete Unknown across the board has really excellent camera work. So I'm going to go Complete Unknown and Dune Part 2.
All right. So Anora misses. Conclave missed too. I'm surprised.
Ah, yeah, shit. I should.
Do I want to swap out Long Legs?
You know what? With Conclave, though, it's great cinematography, but like the only shot I really remember is the umbrella shot, which specifically is like I remember, like, yeah, that is a moment. That is a film image.
Yeah,
it's not enough for me to take out the other two, though.
That's fair.
But damn, that's a snub on our end, though.
Yep.
Honestly,
I'll admit that one openly.
Priest is going to be very happy that Conclave is getting the shaft.
It's okay. Heretic keeps getting award or nominations. So sorry, Priest. We love you, but I love that movie too.
Feels about Heretic.
No, that's true. I know a lot of religious people who really enjoyed it.
I could see them enjoying it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it confirms or denies anybody's position. I think they do it really respectfully.
Okay. All right, I need to. Okay, we did Best Director.
Yes, we did.
Have we done Best Score yet? I don't think so.
We have not.
Okay. Have we done the Most Annoying Trailer? No,
we have not.
Okay, just making sure, keeping up with the tickers here. Okay, literally all the above the line stuff is gone.
Mm-hmm. Except for the one.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. This is kind of above the line. It's a new category, but I feel like it should be above the line. Best Ensemble Cast.
Best Ensemble Cast. All right, so this one is another one we added after that initial stream, alongside Disappointing, which we brought back from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Ensemble's new as of this year entirely, and we locked in Wicked for the Best Ensemble.
All right, I'm going to let you take this one first.
Okay. Screw you. I am
harder in the debate, sir.
I know. The question is, which one of the two do I put in? I don't want to do it, so I'm going to put in Anora.
Okay, fair enough. That was in my short list.
I really enjoy all three of those boys. They are they're like Three Stooge level characters in this very serious movie.
Right.
They really hijack that second act and make it amazing.
And then I feel like with all Sean Baker movies, even like the very tertiary characters add a lot of color to the movie. Yep. Like fucking the actress who plays Diamond, like she's not in a lot of it, but she's kind of a scene stealer every time she is there.
The friends at the candy store I really enjoyed.
Right,
The Russian oligarchs I enjoyed quite a bit. So,
of course, Mikey Madison leading.
Of course.
Okay, for me, oh man. Oh god, these are shit. I feel like I'm going to have to come up with one because I have three, and I know for a fact you're going to pick at least one of them for your wild card.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the one that you're least likely to pick, which is A Complete Unknown.
Okay, I actually was going to pick that one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Just pick the other two that I also have.
Yeah, I didn't comment on it on the Imagineering boards, but I really love that movie.
Mhm.
I am a big fan of Bob Dylan as well. So, all right. So our wild cards. Am I going to pick your two? The question is.
I honestly would not be surprised if you did, just straight up.
I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to be kind. I think I'm going to steal one of them, though. I think I am going to steal Nosferatu.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah. But I'll leave you the other one. I think I know which one it is.
Okay.
I am going to go with, for the other one, a movie that I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if anyone saw it. Do I want to go with it? Fuck it. It's on streaming. I'm going to go Juror number 2.
I mean, that's very solid. I like that pick for sure. For sure. Okay. I mean, obviously I'm going to do Dune Part 2, obviously. You know what? I'm debating between Saturday Night, but you know my thoughts on that movie. It does have a solid cast, but
it does.
I'm going to go a little unconventional here just because I feel like this movie it has a big cast and it used the entire cast very well. I'm going to go Inside Out 2, actually.
Okay.
Which I know is unconventional for like an ensemble performance to be all voice acting, but I really think that movie deserves it.
That's fair. Yeah. All right, so you guys are going to get to pick between Dune Part 2, Inside Out 2, Juror number 2, and Nosferatu.
Oh my god, I love it. When I type out Nosferatu, I'm literally going to stylize it like that. Oh man, that's great. Okay. All right. Let's see. How many do we have?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 left. 5,
No.
6, 7. We have 7 left.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? At this point, I'm ditching the bag.
Okay. Just grabbing the boys.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
free the lads.
Shuffle it up. All right. Close my eyes.
This episode sponsored by McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right. The Gran Turismo Honorary Most Annoying Trailer Award.
All right. The Gran Turismo Honorary Most Annoying Trailer Award. And we have locked in Argyle.
Of course, which, let's be honest here, if Argyle doesn't fucking win, there's something wrong with the vote.
I still think it's number 2. I still think it's number 2.
Oh, yeah. Over. Okay, I know what one you're going to pick. All right. I'll let you go first because I think ours are going to differ.
It's no motherfucking evil. I hate this trailer.
I never saw that movie. I never saw that trailer in my theater. I got so lucky.
It was in front of everything. If it was PG-13 or above, it was in front of everything. There are Reddit threads pissed about this trailer. And it gives everything away. It's like a 3-minute fucking trailer.
Right.
And it just, they give away the big twist in the movie where the kid's like, I fucking hate this trailer.
All right. I'm going to go unconventional. I'm
Okay.
going to go with a movie that hasn't come out yet, but the fact that it's almost a half a year away and I'm already fucking sick of the trailer is just a really good omen that it deserves to be here. I'm going to go with Thunderbolts Asterix.
Ooh, that's not the one I thought you were going with.
Yeah, I'm already fucking sick of it, man. I'm sick of fucking David Harbour's Alexei, like, bad Russian accent supposed to be comedy. I'm sick of the whole, like, is that Bucky? Like, yeah, no shit. Bucky goes bad from time to time. It's kind of his thing, dude. That's not
we are the Thunderbolts. No, we're not. We didn't agree on that. the most MCU line delivery.
I mean, I am already so sick of that trailer. And it's one of those trailers that, like, every goddamn fucking movie has it. Except for A Complete Unknown, which A Complete Unknown, you're going to love this, okay? It had the Snow White remake, the How to Train Your Dragon remake, the Lilo and Stitch remake.
Wow.
And that's it. And by the time the movie was starting, I was genuinely worried that I was in the fucking theater for Moana 2.
That would be hilarious.
It was, oh my god, dude. Especially because I've been going out of my way to avoid Moana 2.
We had, no, that might have been in front of Baby Girl. We had The Brutalist and The Last Showgirl. I'm like, wow, all the movies I'll never get a fucking chance to see. No, we had in front of A Complete Unknown, we had just like 8 trailers like we always do. But I don't remember. But there was a lady who stood up and was like, we want to see Bob Dylan. Which was really funny. And I actually saw on TikTok somebody posted a video of the lady doing it. And I'm like, oh, I was in that theater. But yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go with my 2. And one of them is a movie, or I think both of them are going to be, both of them are movies that haven't come out yet, aren't coming out for a little while. One of them is the one I thought you were going with. I fucking hate the Minecraft trailer. I am so
that
over
honestly
the
is
Minecraft
first
trailer.
of all, I haven't really been exposed to it that much in my theater. And for me, it's kind of looped back around to like, it's so bad, it's good. I am Steve.
I saw it in front of, they do the kids yearn for the mines thing. Like this was a joke from like 3 years ago. And they're doing it at the beginning of this trailer. And kids think it's so funny. I hate going to kids movies because kids think this is the peak of comedy.
Oh my god, right?
The other one's actually I am tossed.
Well, I mean, I had that moment in Argyle when the moment where the cat falls out of the window and then bounces up on the trampoline and bounces back up at the camera. Every time I saw that trailer, the fucking sheep in my audience would be like, like it would be an enthusiastic laugh, but they'd feel like, oh, it's a cute cat.
It's a funny cat. All right, I'm stuck between 2 here. One of them is a movie that hasn't come out yet, and I would feel terrible putting it in, but I fucking hate the trailer. And one of them is a trailer that's a movie that's already come out, but just has one line in it. One line in this trailer I hate so much.
Ooh.
Do you want to know the 2 I'm tossed between?
Sure.
So one is The Unbreakable Boy, the Zachary Levi, I think,
what
about
is
the little
Zachary Levi doing just fucking terrible kids movies now.
It's because he has no other.
Hey, Trump supporters, it's me, Shazam.
But I feel so bad for this kid in this movie because when he says the line, "I'm an autistic boy," the theater every single time either cracks up. One guy I remember no shit, in the Moana theaters, in the Moana trailers, the show or they showed it and kid goes, "I am an autistic boy," and the guy goes, "No shit." So I'm tossed between that one and Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Put Sonic 3. Sonic 3.
All right, Sonic 3 because the fucking line "Konichi, what?" I want to shoot myself every time I hear it.
No, I'm sorry, but you and I are very much in agreement where I haven't seen that movie yet, but holy shit. On Facebook, the amount of posts that I have seen basically saying, I just saw Sonic 3 and it was a religious experience. Oh my god.
It was like a bad movie.
Dude, like the Mario movie was literally everything I wanted it to be. And it was basically childhood wish fulfillment as a lifelong Nintendo fan. I still think the actual movie is mid as fuck.
Right.
Calm the fuck down, Sonic fans.
Yeah. When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
All right.
I hate that line. Konichi, what? I want to shoot myself every time I hear it.
I think I'm going to go with 2 pretty boring baseline ones where it's like neither of them are like terrible movies, and even the trailers themselves aren't terrible, but I just saw them over and over and over again in front of everything. We're gonna go the Fall Guy.
Okay.
And then we're going to go Wolves, which is extra egregious because it didn't even fucking actually make it to theaters. And yet I still had to endure that trailer over and over again.
That's rough.
I showed you the baggage trick. That was pretty cool.
I think I saw it once.
Oh, God. All right.
Yeah, so you guys will get to pick between the highlight movies of the year. A Minecraft movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, The Fall Guy, and Wolves.
Man. I bet people are going to fucking vote for Sonic just because it's Sonic.
And they're going to be like, oh, that's such a good movie. It's like, no, you're voting for the most annoying trailer. Also, the movie's bad. It's not even a good movie.
Your review, I was actually like considering, because I was really bored that night. You literally posted your review, and I was like, never mind. That's exactly what I was thinking it would be.
What did I say? I don't even remember what I said.
I don't know. You just said, like, yeah, this is pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. It's trash. And by the way, let's set the record straight here. Mufasa, not a great movie. Definitely better than Sonic 3.
Yeah, I like Mufasa. It's not great. It's not even that good.
Nominated for anything.
No, probably, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I love The Lion King, so I was probably a little bit predisposed to liking it. But,
and I'm going to say this just on air. The scene with Rafiki and Mufasa, with the brother scene, genuinely almost brought me to tears as a lifelong Lion King fan who has been fascinated with that dynamic between Rafiki and Mufasa. Like, if anything else, that movie showed us why Mufasa means so much to Rafiki in an actual meaningful way, and I love it.
Right. Yeah. Not a great movie, not a bad movie. It's very middle of the list for me.
I literally fell asleep in the middle for like 2 minutes.
The one question I have is there's hyenas fighting with them at the end against the white lions. Why are the hyenas excommunicated then? Why do we hate scavengers? They play an important environmental role.
All right, I feel like I have more. I feel like I missed some categories, so we might not have pieces of paper for all of them because I feel like I have more categories that are still left than pieces of paper.
How many papers do you have?
I have 6.
Okay, 1.
So far, I have best picture, best voice performance. Did we do voice performance? No, right?
No.
Best needle drop, best score, best villain, Barry Keoghan, weirdest little creep award, and the best year award. We haven't.
Yeah, that's all of them.
So somewhere down the line, I messed up, but we'll just take it as it comes. We'll see which ones are left when we go through all of these.
All right.
So let's just go ahead. Next up, we have. Been waiting to get to this one for a while. Best needle drop.
Best needle drop. So
okay, I need to clarify something with you.
Okay.
Because I saw that they were on your short list, but do you really think that it's fair to include stuff from A Complete Unknown?
I do, because in certain scenes, I counted them because they start playing before the scene starts. If that makes sense.
That might invalidate the one that I have then.
I mean, I think if it's an existing song and he starts singing it and it's sudden, I think it counts.
I mean, it's not. All right. Well, what do we have locked in?
We have Like a Prayer performed by Madonna from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, okay. I don't give a shit if this is valid or not. It's the most powerful music performance of the whole movie for me.
Okay.
It's I'm sorry. Why am I having such a hard time? The times they are a changing.
Okay.
Which is very much just a performance.
Yep.
But my God, the way the audience interacts with that song in that scene is just fucking captivating.
Yeah. Which scene was that?
It's towards the beginning. It's where the audience starts singing along to the chorus.
Oh, yeah. That's a good pick. I am going to go with... The question is, do I go with the one that I think is the best needle drop? Or do I go with the one that I think is the funniest needle drop? Because I think the best needle drop is what's the name of the song? Where is it? Did it not make my short list? It definitely did. Hold on. It definitely made my short list. Did I forget to copy it over?
Was it a Heretic song?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I forgot to copy it over. 1 second. Or am I just dumb and can't? Oh no, I totally didn't. It's "Get Lucky" from
Nice.
From Piece by Piece.
Completely forgot to consider that movie in here.
Yeah, that was, in my opinion, the best.
Okay, I know that you have Creep for needle drop. I'm going to go ahead and instead of Creep, I'm going to go ahead and do The Air That I Breathe from Heretic.
Okay, that's
just
fair.
Because I think that song being in there just illustrates the point better. Yeah. Not to mention that specific version of Creep was already used better in Guardians 3, I think.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'm going to go The Air That I Breathe from Heretic. And then the other wild card, it's got to be in there, MacArthur Park from Beetlejuice.
Okay. I am going to go with...
You're deliberating. I'm going to go grab a couple more pieces of paper so I can write down whatever categories we're missing.
Okay. Yeah, where you guys get to watch me deliberate. This is going to be fun. I'm just going to say a bunch of times. Not that one. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Not that one. Not that one. Maybe that one. No. Maybe. No. 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 Maybe. Maybe. No. No.
Okay, I'm back. Unless you're
okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go with "Blowin' in the Wind" from A Complete Unknown.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go with, for the final one, I'm gonna go with the funny one. I'm gonna go with "Memories" from Venom.
Oh, that's solid. Yeah.
I actually thought they did a really good job putting it in. Maroon 5 doesn't usually make good music, but I think that one's pretty all right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys get to pick between "Blowin' in the Wind," "The Air That I Breathe," MacArthur Park, and "Memories."
Okay, so we don't have best voiceover performance and best score, right?
We do not.
Okay, those are the two that for some reason I never wrote down, so let me do that really quick. Either I did, I might have wrote them down and it just got lost in the shuffle somewhere, so. Okay, so that leaves us with what for the wild cards?
It leaves us with "Blowin' in the Wind," "The Air That I Breathe," MacArthur Park, and "Memories."
All right. Okay, best voice of performance, best score.
All right.
Okay, we're doing good. should get this in under 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is literally like at least an hour shorter than I thought this was going to go. Okay, just at this point, I'm just kind of throwing these in the air. Okay. All right. Best score. Let's do it.
Best score. There it is. All right, and we have locked in. You want to take a guess who we have locked in, Tiki?
I'm pretty sure we have Dune, right?
We do. We have Hans Zimmer for Dune.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to lock in challengers. I know that, it's very boring to just be like, Dune, challengers. But that was, to me, objectively the best score of the year, even better than Dune.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, that was the one I picked, and we locked in Dune nonetheless. I think it was because Monkey picked it. He split our tie. Or it might have been Little Blue. One of the two. I am going to continue with the obvious, and I'm going to put Wicked.
Really?
Yeah, Wicked's got a great
I know
score.
we're not technically doing best original score, but like, really?
All right, I'll pick something else.
I mean, if your heart's really set on it, that's fine. I feel weird about that because it's literally just compositions from the Broadway show for the most part.
All right, I'm gonna go the Wild Robot then.
Okay, that's fair. All right, and for my wild cards, I'm gonna throw out another like what the fuck pick to Hundreds of Beavers.
Okay.
Because like it's not like the most symphonic score in the world, but I think the score works so well for what that movie is and what it's going for.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go I Saw the TV Glow.
Okay. A little bit of Alex G in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I am going to go with Conclave, which is one of the few scores that really stood out to me this year. I'm not a big score guy. And Flow.
I knew you were going to pick Flow, so I let you have that one.
I really loved Flow. Which I'm so mad at myself that I didn't give Flow sound.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You know what? It was on my short list too. There's a lot of good stuff in that category.
Mind if I swap Kneecap for Flow?
No, because I actually know what Flow is.
All right, so I'm gonna put Flow in there and get rid of Kneecap. I fucking love.
I need to check out Kneecap, but
you do. It's on Netflix.
It's a little obscure.
Good. Yeah. Flow's sound. They get the animal noises so right. All right. So you guys get to pick between I Saw the TV Glow, Hundreds of Beavers, Flow, and Conclave for score. 4 solid scores.
Yeah. Hundreds of Beavers is a little bit of a what the fuck pick, I'll admit that. But you know what?
If we had done the original song, we decided against bringing original song back this year because there just wasn't a ton. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of Beavers would have had my pick because the Tale of Applejack is such a good song.
Sure.
That opens it.
All right. Next up, we have the Florence Pugh Honorary Best Year Award, named after, of course, Florence Pugh's impeccable 2019 run, Fighting with My Family, Hereditary, Midsommar, and Little Women.
Mm-hmm. Best year. We were calling it the Florence Pugh. Hold on. There it is. I'm changing the title. The Florence Pugh. The Honorary Florence Pugh. All right. Best Year Award. So we have locked in Dan Stevens, who had the year of Abigail, Cuckoo, and Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, which, despite none of those movies being like top movies, he was the best part of all of them, pretty handedly. Actually, no, he was the second best part of Abigail. Kevin Durand was the best part of Abigail.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my vote to a whole ass production company
All
and
right.
do Neon Pictures. I think this year was really the year that Neon got out of A24 shadow. Definitely
Yep.
a better year than A24. And I'm excited to see what the studio has up their sleeves in the future.
Yeah. So the movies I have from Neon, this isn't all of them. These are just the ones that I picked to represent it because they're movies I've seen. Origin, Self-Reliance, Immaculate, Longlegs, Cuckoo, Honora, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and The End.
Yeah.
So all very solid movies. And
All
I
right.
am going to go with Pedro Pascal because he had Drive Away Dolls, which he was very good in, Gladiator 2, which he was one of the best parts of, and The Wild Robot.
Okay. So for my wild cards, I got to throw Zendaya in there. I feel like she's kind of the reason this category exists in the first place.
Yep.
Just that 1-2 punch within like a month or so of each other of Doom Part 2 and Challengers.
Yep.
And then I think I got to go Margaret Qualley. Drive Away Dolls was not a great movie, but goddamn, she absolutely ran away with it. She's definitely the most memorable part of it for me. And then obviously The Substance is a big hit. I'm pretty sure she might have been in other stuff.
She was in Kinds of Kindness as well.
There we go. And then last year she was in Sanctuary, which was a very underrated movie. I feel like she's really having a moment. Okay. I have another person I want to shout out, but I'll wait for you to give your nominations in case.
All right.
Because I don't want to influence it.
I'm tossed between 4. I'm tossed between 6. All right. I'm going to eliminate my beloved Kevin Durant. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was so close.
Martin Keamy is not happy with you.
No. But I love him so much in both of those roles. But he only has 2.
Yeah.
He only has 2. So I want to give it to Willem.
Had 2.
That's true. I want to give it to Willem Dafoe.
That's totally fair.
Because he had Beetlejuice, Kinds of Kindness, Nosferatu, and Saturday Night.
Yeah. That's a solid lineup of performances right there. Easily the best. Like maybe not the big because I think Corey Michael Smith is probably the best overall performance in Saturday Night, but probably the best scene in Saturday Night.
Yeah.
And it also involves Corey Michael Smith. So.
Right. And then I think my second person. All right. I'm tossed between 3. All 3. Oh, I'm tossed between 4. There's still 4. Damn it. All right. I'm going to cut Scoot McNairy.
Ooh, okay.
Because they had him
he's
for
already up there for
right. I had him for Speak No Evil and A Complete Unknown. But Night Bitch just wasn't good. And he did very little in there. So I'm gonna cut Sebastian Stan because we're not gonna mention one of his movies, even though I do think he deserves it. So now it's between Nicholas Hoult and Timothy Chalamet.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna shout out Kaylee Spaney as well. I think
that's fair.
A great year, just not quite enough to get in. Okay.
So it's between Holt, who has 3 with Juror Number 2, Nosferatu in the order, and then Timothy Chalamet, who has 2, but it's A Complete Unknown and Doom Part 2. I think I'm going to give Holt.
I would get because Chalamet is already a lock-in actor.
Right.
I
think I'm going to give it to Holt. But yeah, big props to all of those people. Kevin Durant, especially. I love you in both of those roles. But he also got a lock for one role. So,
all right. So at this point, I'm literally just doing this with the selections. I'm like, okay, where do we go? Let's see. Oh, here we go. It's the moment we've been waiting for, PerGron. It's the Barry Keoghan Honorary Weird Little Creep Award.
There it is.
In a year that was very light on Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, only one. And I don't even know if he's going to make it in.
I doubt he will, honestly. Okay, right. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna throw out another fucking production company. Okay. I think the movies that this studio released this year by and large were just absolutely fucking baffling. And I think this whole studio is just being run by a bunch of weird little creeps, including the way that they distributed a certain movie. That's right. I'm throwing fucking A24 up there for the weird little creep award. I don't give a shit.
Okay. All right. Interesting pick. And you have that for the front room.
They did the front room, PerGron. Enough said.
That's true. By the way, we have Shia LaBeouf for Megalopolis locked in.
Yes.
Which I know is not a role you've seen, but oh my god, he's a fucking nut. It's so good. All right. So with my nominee, I'm gonna give it. I have to. I'm sorry. It's Nick Cage for Long Legs.
Oh, that's fair.
He was such a weird little creep.
All right. This movie was so forgettable that I literally have to look up what it is. A Blink Twice. Okay. I'm going to give my first wild card to Haley Joel Osment in Blink Twice.
Okay.
Very forgettable movie, but Haley Joel Osment is creeping it up in that movie.
I forgot about that one. He didn't make my short list solely because I forgot it existed.
It's not a great movie, but yeah, he was one of the more memorable elements of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm terribly sorry, PerGron. I think I might have to steal one of yours.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dennis Quaid in The Substance.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick. All right. And I'm going to go with, you know what? You got weird with it. I'm going to get weird with it. I'm giving it to the casts of Kinds of Kindness. Just the whole cast. Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley, Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons. They're all just fucking weirdos in this movie. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to who's the director of that? That name's slipping my mind. What's his name? He did Poor Things and
why is
The Lobster? What's his name?
Shit, I feel called out. I should know this.
I'm the one forgetting too. Yorgos Lanthimos. There we go.
There we go.
I'm throwing him in there in honorary too. Just all of Kinds of Kindness.
I love it. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Right.
And then for the other one, I have a couple I want to shout out.
Good. Okay, I'm glad that Yorgos Lanthimos is not like taking up another slot.
No. No, he's getting lumped in with Kinds of Kindness.
Like he's a weird little creep just for making that.
Just in and of himself. There's a couple I want to throw in there that are not going to get my nominee, but I wanted to put them in there. Justin Baldoni and Shameik Moore for just being weird little creeps in real life. What the fuck is up with these two? I don't know if you're following anything, but holy shit, these guys are weirdos.
I'm inclined to be on Baldoni's side of that shit just because, like, I feel like if they are false allegations, then that's fucking horrible. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I wasn't there. I don't know.
Right. I'm going to give it to him until guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then Shameik Moore is just, what the fuck, dude?
I don't even know. That I haven't been following.
Spider-Verse 3 might not happen, man.
Oh, God.
He's just been a real creepo to Haley Steinfeld and some other people.
Wait. Is that the voice actor who plays Miles?
For Miles,
yeah. Wait, okay.
Yeah, you don't. This. Yeah, we'll talk about it after we close.
Okay, yeah, because I know nothing of this.
Yeah. I'm going to shout out, he's not getting my nominee, but Barry Keoghan for Bird. We'll get my little
Barry Keoghan needs at least a shout.
Yeah. He cheated on Sabrina Carpenter. Like, what the fuck, dude? But I think my pick for weirdest little creep is kind of an off one because people might not think it. But it's Ethan Slater for Wicked.
No, solid.
Yeah.
Especially given the real life context.
Yeah. Again, when I saw that movie,
remember PerGron. He is SpongeBob.
He is SpongeBob. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that movie and I saw I'm like, oh, Ariana Grande divorced this couple. When I saw the movie, not knowing who it was, I'm like, oh, it's clearly Jonathan Bailey. Like, he's clearly the one. No, it's not. Like, look, I'm a straight dude. Jonathan Bailey's a good-looking guy. I could see divorcing for Ariana Grande. That's a couple. I get it. Fucking Ethan Slater, dude. But yeah, so he will get my my second pick. So you guys are going to get to pick between, what a fucking doozy. You guys are going to get to pick between the cast of Kinds of Kindness, Dennis Quaid, SpongeBob, and Haley Joel Osment. All of which are just weird little creeps in real life. Yorgos Lanthimos, weird little creep. Dennis Quaid, Republican weird little creep. Ethan Slater, weird little creep. Haley Joel Osment, weird little creep. These guys are... This is a beautiful award.
LEB says SpongeBob's a creep.
Yep.
I literally cannot watch Wicked and not see him and not think of SpongeBob. It's absolutely fucking impossible to differentiate it in my mind. He is just SpongeBob in that movie. He is not Bach.
Me and Bob.
Oh my god. Hey, Nessa, let's go to the Asbest Ballroom. All right. Yeah, I don't care that you're in a wheelchair. I love you for you, baby. I'm the freewheeling Bob Dylan. Okay, Jesus Christ. Next up.
All right.
Best
villain.
Yeah.
So we have my boy Kevin Durand as Proximus Caesar locked in. I still stand by that one. What a wonderful day indeed.
All righty. Let's see what I have.
There's some tough boys in here.
I'm going to let you go first here.
Oh, fuck you. All right. I got 3 that I got to pick. But I think I have to go. I think I got to do it. I think I got to put Count Orlok.
That's absolutely fair. Yeah.
Yep, for Nosferatu. Nosferatu.
All right, I got to do Dr. Dementis for
there you go.
For Furiosa. It's probably the only nomination Furiosa is going to lock up, but
which is unfortunate. It was good.
I think he absolutely stole the show, though. I think he was by far the best element of that movie.
Definitely. All right, my 2. I'm gonna go with, for 1, Art the Clown for Terrifier 3.
Boring, but whatever.
What an iconic slasher, dude.
Yeah, I know, but it's the third one.
I know. I think he ups it in this one. I think he's the best in this. I'm not a big fan of Terrifier 1 or 2. And then I'm gonna do one that I think you're gonna love. Do I? I only have one more, and there's 2. One would be really funny, and one... You know what?
I might have the same funny one that you're thinking.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I'll give it to... Yeah, that's true. You know what? Hugh Grant has already got some nominations. So I'm going to go with the Beavers from Hundreds of Beavers.
Okay, that's fair. That wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Okay. Yeah, the Beavers get the nominee. Got the...
Are you sure you don't want to just exclusively have it be Sherlock and Watson Beaver?
That's fine. I was going to go with just the hundreds of them, but that's fine.
Well, it's your nomination, so what do you want to do?
Yeah, Sherlock and Watson Beaver makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, for me, my funny one is going to be, I think you're going to really like this.
Okay.
Pete Seeger in A Complete Unknown.
He wasn't a villain.
Yes, he was. He was a villain when you look at the movie through the context of what Dylan is trying to do. He's the most fucking nice guy on the planet.
He's the nicest man alive.
I love the idea that he is like so nice, but he is like actively the antagonist of the story. I gotta do it. I just think it's too funny not to.
All right.
And then the more conventional one, I'm gonna do Ruth from Memoir of Snail. Just
Okay.
genuinely one of the most hauntingly evil characters on screen this year, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot Ruth. I did not put her
Dude,
in my... I
she
know.
does not have a ton of screen time, but like, man,
Yeah.
she is fucking wicked to the bone in a very realistic way.
All right. I want to just shout out a couple snubs here. Fade Routha, Harkonnen.
I'm surprised that did not get in, but yeah.
I know. I really liked art.
I had Mr. Reed on my short list. I probably would have
Uh-huh.
done it if you hadn't pointed out that Hugh Grant's already up there for
Right.
acting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Roy Cohn in The Apprentice, alternatively Donald Trump in The Apprentice, both very good villains in
Roy Cohn,
that movie.
ironically enough, is the kind of the sympathetic one out of
Yeah,
the
he is. He definitely is.
which is crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, Fade Routha is kind of the main one I wanted to shout out. Yeah,
Fade
Ivan.
Routha is a straight up snub, man.
You know what? You made a compelling point. I love art. It is the third movie. Fade Routha gets...
All right. I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah, only because it's the third movie.
Right.
If it was the first, if it was the second, even because the first was so small.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
all right, Fade Routha because he went in for seconds when he kissed Stellan Skarsgård. That's
Wouldn't it be funny if during the Oscar nomination ceremony they would be this finicky about, like, you know what, we're actually going to switch this.
That's okay. The Tikis are one of a kind.
All right, best voiceover performance.
All right,
a category that I very much think the Oscars should have.
Yeah. So Maya Hawke for Inside Out 2 has our lock.
Hell yes.
And I think the question is which one of the two of us puts it in. I think that's the question.
Well, wait. I mean, it's already locked in.
No,
right?
I know the big one. You have no idea. I don't even know what the
big one is.
I'm going to keep it to myself then.
Okay, I'm going to go first then. I'm going to do Sarah Snook, Memoir of a Snail.
Okay. All right, and I am going to go with Bill Skarsgård for Nosferatu.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm counting it as a voice performance.
Man, like I said, man, in my initial reaction, even walking out of the theater, I was like, I don't even know how you fucking talk about Orlok because it's not like, what the fuck even is that? I love it, but like, it's barely a performance. It's just a presence.
But I think it is good performance. All right. Go ahead and do them up.
Okay, we're gonna throw in Kevin Durand into Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yep.
And we're going to do Pedro Pascal for the Wild Robot.
Okay.
I didn't love the Wild Robot, but he was probably the best element of it for me.
Yep. I appreciate you doing that so that I can do these two.
All right.
I'm going to go with Peter McCann for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And then I am going to go with
Keanu Reeves for Sonic 3.
Oh my God. Yeah. He just wins it. We're not even going to do a vote. Then I'm going to go with Brian Tyree Henry for Transformers.
Okay. I literally thought you were going to go with Lupita, and it was just going to be like...
Apes, Wild Robot, Apes, right, Wild Robot.
Right.
Lupita does deserve it, but I didn't want to do that. So,
right, fair enough.
And Raka stands with me a little more than Roz does.
All right.
Are you familiar with the concept of evolution? And that brings us to the big one.
The big dog. I've got to piss so bad. Full disclosure.
Go piss. We're gonna sit here while we wait.
No. I'm gonna piss right after, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about what the fuck Miles has been doing.
Yeah.
All right. Best Picture, baby.
Locked in. We have Dune Part 2.
Shocker. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
All right. I think you're gonna do that one, but you might do that one. But I'm gonna do. Do I be boring?
I mean, it is Best Picture. I kind of feel like
It
boring
is.
is like kind of the
Yeah.
order of the day here. Although I got to admit, I'm looking at all my picks and I'm having a hard. It could
I
easily
am.
go any of them. I could probably cut my old ass out of the equation here, but everything else I feel is pretty worthy.
I have to do it. It's the boring one, but I gotta go with Nosferatu.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
It's just it's such a good movie. It lived up to the hype I built up for it. So,
all right, shit. Oh God. Okay. I'm just gonna lay out everything that I'm wrestling with here.
okay.
All right. Challengers, Honora,
Mhm.
Hundreds of Beavers, A Complete Unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Literally all four of those I think deserve to get in, and one of them won't even make my wild card, and I have no idea how we're gonna do this, and I really have to fucking piss. So, do you have anything you can vamp with while I take a piss?
Yeah, I can. I'll vamp.
Okay, thank you. Oh
All right, yeah. So Tiki's selection is actually going to be Madam Web. He did think that was the best movie of the year. I've been telling him the entire time, like, dude, you can't. Madam Web's not a good movie. You can't. And he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do Madam Web. I was supposed to save this for the award show itself. I was not supposed to tell you guys, but he's not here to stop me. We aren't even going to take your vote into account for Best Picture. He did overthrow me on my vote. Madam Web is going to be your Best Picture for 2024's Golden Tikis. I'm sorry to break all your hearts about that. I fought my hardest. I did my best. I tried. I really did. I said, no, but come on, Tiki. There's so many better movies. It's not even in the top 300 movies.
All right,
and
obviously,
like,
I'm not nominating Madam Although my mother was in South Africa researching spiders right before she died. No, my mother's alive well.
Code Geass, I would love to see the Code Geass Film Awards. I would subscribe to your
totally
Patreon.
Just throw Code Geass in as like a third pin. Just he'd be like the voice of the people.
I'm gonna subscribe to your Patreon if you give me that video.
Code Geass documentaries don't really. I mean, the Superman documentary was great. I wouldn't really like. In a lesser year of film, I might consider it, but this year has honestly been really dynamite for film.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if we ever add in a best documentary category, which is unlikely, but if we ever do, we'll name it the Superman honorary best documentary.
Like category. The year that Won't You Be My Neighbor came out, that might have been in my top 5 of the year. Honestly,
it was in my top 10. It definitely was in my top 10.
Okay, so shit. Challengers, Honora, Hundreds of Beavers, A Complete Unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what? I hate to do this because I really do love the movie, but it's obviously going to get a Best Picture nomination. It's probably going to get a Best Picture win. So just for the sake of not being boring, I'm going to take out Honora.
Okay.
Please, Challengers, Hundreds of Beavers, A Complete Unknown. I feel like A Complete Unknown, definitely a worthy wildcard pick. I don't want to have both of the Christmas Day releases on there just for the sake of recency bias. But I also feel like having both Challengers and Dune on there would kind of be its own sort of bias. So by process of elimination, I'm going to go fucking Hundreds of Beavers for Best Picture. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm totally fine with that.
That is a totally fair pick.
I am the champion of Hundreds of Beavers this year, man.
Yeah. All right. So for my 2, again, I'm going to just be boring here. I am going to put Honora back into the conversation.
Okay.
Because just, wow.
It is fantastic. Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with a movie that I've been championing for a long time. I'm going to go with The Substance.
Okay. That's fair. And then you already know what my two are: Challengers
Mhm.
and A Complete Unknown.
All right. That is going to be a difficult vote for me on that day. And for all of our fans who have not seen some of those movies, it will be less
How do you
difficult.
want to distribute like the order of the wild card polls, by the way?
Do we have the order? You don't have the order you pulled them in, do you?
No, but I
I
think
can go back to the VOD.
I think that's kind of arbitrary, though.
That's true.
Do you want to just go like top to bottom, bottom
Top
to
to
top?
bottom to top, bottom to
Okay.
top.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I'm just gonna run through real quick all of the things you guys will be voting on for all of the categories. Make sure we got them all while we're at it.
And also run through the locked in nominations as well.
Yeah. Yep. So, why did I do that? Sorry. Formatting issues. There we go. All right. So, for Best Picture, your nominees are Dune Part 2, Hundreds of Beavers, Nosferatu, and a choice of yours between A Complete Unknown, Anora, Challengers, and The Substance. For Best Actor, the nominees are Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, Mike Faist and Josh O'Connor for Challengers, and Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, with a choice that you guys will get to vote for David Desmalchin for Late Night with the Devil, Hugh Grant for Heretic, Timothy Chalamet for Dune Part 2, and Sebastian Stan for A Different Man.
Just the white guy award.
The Best White Guy Award. Zachary Levi will not be taking that award.
Oh, dear God. Get him the fuck away from pop culture in general.
Best Actress, you will choose between Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo for Wicked. Lily Rose Depp the nominees are Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Lily Rose Depp for Nosferatu, Mikey Madison for Anora, and you will choose between Demi Moore for The Substance, June Squibb for Thelma, Naomi Scott for Smile 2, and Zendaya for Challengers. Best Supporting Actor, we have Doug Manchesky for Hundreds of Beavers.
Hell yes. I think that's the most out of left field pick.
That is absolutely the most out of left field pick. Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown and Javier Bardem for Dune Part 2. And you will choose between David Johnson from Alien Romulus, Jesse Plemons for Civil War, Scoop McNeary for A Complete Unknown, and Willem Dafoe for Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
Best Supporting Actress, Aubrey Plaza for My Old Ass, Danielle Deadweiler for The Piano Lesson, and Joan Chen for Dee Dee. And you will choose between Elle Fanning for A Complete Unknown, Katie O'Brien for Love Lies Bleeding, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, and Rebecca Ferguson for Dune Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Best Director, we have Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, Mike Cheslick for Hundreds of Beavers, and Robert Eggers for Nosferatu. And you will choose between Coralie Fargeau for The Substance, Jane Schoenbrunn for I Saw the TV Glow, Luca Guadagnino for Challengers, and Sean Baker for Anora, which I still think is the most difficult one.
Probably, yeah. I mean that wild card category.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Best Screenplay, we have My Old Ass, Conclave, and Dee Dee,
Mm-hmm.
with A Different Man, Flow, Challengers, and Heretic being the ones you guys can pick from. The voice performance, we have Bill Skarsgård for Nosferatu, Maya Hawke for Inside Out, Sarah Snook for Memoir of a Snail, and you guys will get to choose between the talents of Brian Tyree Henry for Transformers 1, Kevin Durand for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Pedro Pascal for The Wild Robot, and Peter McCann for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Best Needle Drop, we have Get Lucky, performed by Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams for Piece by Piece. Like a Prayer, performed by Madonna, by Deadpool and Wolverine. The Times They Are A-Changin', performed by Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown. You will choose between Blowin' in the Wind, performed by Timothy Chalamet, A Complete Unknown. The Air That I Breathe, performed by the Hollies from Heretic. MacArthur Park, performed by Donna Summer from Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, and Memories, performed by Maroon 5 in Venom the Last Dance. Best score, we have Hans Zimmer from Dune Part 2, Chris Bowers for the Wild Robot, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for Challengers. Then for the ones you get to pick, Alex G, I saw the TV Glow, somebody for Hundreds of Beavers, I haven't looked into it yet. Flo, I also haven't looked into that one, and Volkner Bertelmann for Conclave. Another difficult one.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty solid scores. That one, Code Geass, you can vote for. Just go listen to the scores. Best ending, we have Anora, Challengers, and I Saw the TV Glow.
God, all three of those are such fucking good endings, dude. Seriously.
With the votes for four also great endings: Heretic, Memoir of a Snail, My Old Ass, and Nosferatu. Best villain, we have Count Orlok from Nosferatu. Sorry, I just wiped my screen. Dementis for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, and Proxima Caesar for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. With the nominations that you guys get to pick from: Fade Routha Harkonnen for Dune Part 2, Pete Seeger for A Complete Unknown.
I love it.
Ruth from Memoir of a Snail, and Sherlock and Watson Beavers from Hundreds of Beavers. Production design, we have Memoir of a Snail, Nosferatu, and Hundreds of Beavers. With Beetlejuice, Lisa Frankenstein, Wicked, and Dune Part 2 being the ones you guys get to choose from. Visual effects, we have Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Nosferatu. And you guys get to select between Hundreds of Beavers, Memoir of a Snail, Terrifier 3, and The Substance. Another difficult category. The honorary Bob Barker Award for Best Cameo, we have Channing Tatum for Deadpool and Wolverine, Kendrick Lamar for Piece by Piece, and Snoop Dogg for Piece by Piece. And you guys get to select between Danny DeVito from Beetlejuice, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth from Wicked, June Squibb for Inside Out 2, and Rob Gronkowski for The Instigators. He's going to run away with it. Just like he did with that football. Go Pats. The Pats suck now, so we miss you, Rob, and we miss you, Tom. The Barry Keoghan Honorary Weirdest Little Creep Award, we have A24 for The Front Room, amongst others. We have Nicolas Cage for Longlegs, and we have Shia LaBeouf for Megalopolis. That's one I really want you to watch before this, because I want you to see what I mean.
I don't know if I'll watch the whole movie. I'll look up.
No, just skip the scenes and just get to where he is, because he's a fucking weirdo. It's so weird. Then we have the cast of Kinds of Kindness: Dennis Quaid, Ethan Slater, and Haley Joel Osment. SpongeBob.
Get it right.
Can we put Ethan Slater in parentheses at least?
No.
Cinematography, we have Challengers.
I'm literally going to put up a picture of him as SpongeBob.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. I just want people to know that what we're talking about.
They can read between the lines, dude.
So for cinematography, Challengers, Flo, and Nosferatu, very strong there. With nominees that you get to pick from: Longlegs, I Saw the TV Glow, Dune Part 2, and A Complete Unknown. Best Year Award, we have Dan Stevens, The Studio Neon, and Pedro Pascal. And you guys get to select between Margaret Qualley, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe, and Zendaya. Also very happy with those. I'm pretty happy with most of these.
Yeah.
The Gran Turismo Honorary Most Annoying Trailer Award, we have Argyle, Speak No Evil, and Thunderbolts Asterisk. You guys get to select between the winning icons that are a Minecraft movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, The Fall Guy, and Wolves.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What a crew. Best sound, we have A Complete Unknown, The Substance, and Twisters. With you guys get to select between Alien Romulus, Dune Part 2, Flo, and Nosferatu. Animated feature, best animated feature, we have Flo, Memoir of a Snail, and the Wild Robot, and you guys get to select between Inside Out 2, Piece by Piece, Transformers 1, and the obvious winner here, Mars Express. Best ensemble, we have A Complete Unknown, Anora, Wicked. The ones you get to select from are Dune Part 2, Inside Out 2, Juror Number 2, and Nosferatu.
I love it.
The Dark Knight Rises Honorary Most Disappointing Award. We have Amelia Perez, Joker, Folie à Deux, Saturday Night, and you get to select between Moana 2, Queer, The American Society of Magical Negroes, and The Front Room.
I mean, just everyone's favorite movies of the year,
Right?
right?
And then the final award, the Sing Sing Award for absolute dog shit distribution of a film. The nominees are A24 for Sing Sing.
And Little Blue, you missed literally everything.
The whole show. You missed all of it. You'll have to go back and watch all 2 hours and 20 minutes of it.
Little Blue, I will make a community post laying all this out, though, so you guys can follow along. Okay, so how this is going to work now, we are going to go ahead right after this. For the first two, just because I'm anxious to get it started, we're going to do like the rest of tonight and then tomorrow for the voting.
Yep.
And then after that, it's going to be every day. Y'all are going to have probably exactly 24 hours. I'll probably put them up about, let's say, about 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. So you'll have about 24 hours each. We'll put up 2 polls per day to vote on the wildcard picks. Unlike last year, I'm actually going to be keeping track of the percentages and everything, so we can go over those statistics.
There we go.
Do we want to do a separate show where we announce the actual winners? Like
Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a like a little half hour, whatever.
Okay, and then of course, I feel like for the actual voting, we'll do two a day again, but I think we'll do 2 full days of voting for the actual awards, though.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be pretty much voting like straight through to Oscar nominations at least. This is definitely going to be a process.
Yeah, we'll probably be a February show.
Right.
At that rate, which is around award season.
That's kind of the goal, right?
Yep.
And then at that point, both of us will see the Brutalist and be like, "God damn it,
yeah,
we gotten into like half the categories."
Or we'll be like, "Wow, that's way overrated." Because that's how I feel about Sing Sing. So.
Oh man, I want to talk to you off air about Sing Sing.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. Thanks for bearing with us through the 2024 movie season. It's been a great movie year.
I think it's been a movie year where there's certainly been some low lows for sure.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I feel like last year the blockbuster stuff was better by and large.
Yeah.
But this year, I feel like just the overall consistency, I think there's definitely the movies that hit, I think really hit.
Yeah, so, my top 15 have been locked in, and I'm super happy looking at it. So I'm gonna go through and reorganize
I would lock
all
in
of
my
it.
top 20 if not for the fucking Brutalist.
That's true. That's fair. All right. Well, thanks for bearing with us for the 2 hours and 20 minutes. We had Kogias and LEB, and then Little Blue.
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
And Claude showed up.
Oh, briefly. Claude did show up as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I hope you all have a happy new year. Tomorrow on the channel, Dragon and I are going to be covering Dream Productions. We're going to be doing episode by episode on that. We would have gotten around to it a lot earlier, except we were just kind of like scrambling to do to finish up our Christmas stuff. So yeah, that will be tomorrow. And yeah, we'll just go from there. All right. So again, I hope you guys had a happy holidays. Have a great new year. And I am looking forward to this. Wildcard, bitches!
Ooh.